cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Now it's Newton. He can run for it, and he will. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The end result, 21 yards. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless.
Newton and Olsen here with a connection. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. He's a second-round pick, a solid second-round pick. But when you're close to that first round, do you come in with a little chip on your shoulder?
You definitely do, because now your money's not the same. But even more than that, it's prestige. Everyone wants to be a first-round pick, and he thought his talent demanded that. And I do know some teams in the league that had first-round grades on him.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, it all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. Cam fakes the give and keeps it. They go quickly here out to Moore. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And now he'll tuck it and run, and he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Throwing on 2nd down, Tannehill. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Tannehill. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On first down, it's Newton. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Newton on first down. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Newton, and they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get him with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Man, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Come on, fellas.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Let's go, let's go!
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Go now. 8, read. Hey, high 7.
On second and 12, Tannehill escaping the pressure right. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 29-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace, Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Flushed out right. And this is caught by Evans. And inside the 20 before it's brought down. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
15, run it. 59. 54.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Kill.
Pilot, 64. We did it.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Switch.
On 1st and goal, Drake. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Watch the screen.
Protein spill.
You gonna take it. You got to take
Go.
Mine's
55.
Tannehill
Get ready.
stepping up, and he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ryan Tannehill, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and the lead is now 14-10. So that drive 7 plays in length and a 9-yard run on the end of it. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 44, Newton, his throw incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Newton. And he will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 43.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything, change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the fourth and final quarter of play.
Come get some. He don't want it.
They'll try and pick it up in McCaffrey. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Newton. And this is caught. He hits more. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers are once again going to retake the lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. They'll run on 1st down. Drake, and he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. On 2nd and 2, Tannehill. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Here's Tannehill. It's caught by Sanders. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with it.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
58, right over there, yeah.
Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Throwing here, Newton. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So now the Bucs down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10.
Right there.
Now Tannehill. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Tannehill. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Well, that's complete to Sanders. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
In a 2-minute drill, we often talk about taking care of the football, but sometimes it's just a matter of who wants it more.
This is caught inside the 15. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Here's Gay for the Buccaneer field goal. This to potentially send us to overtime. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Here's Matt Gay now for the Bucs field goal. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And with time of factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football. Ball in overtime, obviously a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. So after the run for a yard, here comes 2nd and 9 from the 26. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he powers his way up past the 30. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it, because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses, because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
McCaffrey. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Eric Armstead. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all time.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. 8.
First throw in overtime for Newton. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Cam's going to run the out. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder, maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. 38 yards on the scamper there. What we saw there, that's what we know that he can do. He can break tackles and turn them into big runs, and that's what he did.
And what is the buzz phrase nowadays in football for a guy like that? Contact balance. The ability to go through trash, come out the other side, avoid and run through contact, and keep your balance.
And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Now Tannehill with his first throw in OT. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
The Panthers are going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. This one no doubt important for Matt Gay. From the right hash, this from 33. And he got it! The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock